Anybody got a bill like a pop for this love pain? Anybody got a prayer like a session for this love pain? Yeah. Ooh, I need it for this love pain. Anybody got a prescription? Yeah, for this love pain. Anybody got a bill like a pop for this love pain? Anybody got a prayer like a session for this love pain? Yeah. Ooh, I need it for this love pain. Anybody got a prescription?
Good morning. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good night. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good night. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good night. Everything gonna be all right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And if this is your first time to the Successful Mind Power Hour, please give StreamYard permission to let me see your comments, and please make some comments. If you are coming in on the replay, just let me know, #replay, that you're replaying this video. And like and share, like and share, like and share. So, how's everybody? I hope you're doing well. You and your family are staying healthy, wealthy, and wise up in this craziness that's going on in the world. Let's just call it craziness. Okay, so, well, actually, the craziness might be ending a little bit. Not ending, but, calming down quite a bit. People are moving around a lot more than they were. Things get a little bit more semi-normal, or, we don't want to really get it normal, but semi-normal, right? So I'm going to talk about some stuff that I heard this morning on our daily inspiration call. Now, as you know, or if you haven't been here before, you may not know, but those of you who have, know that I have, in my company, we have every morning a daily inspiration call. Which talks, gives us some inspiration for the day. So this morning, our Ruby Ambassador, Shirley Xavier, brought the heat, and she gave so many wisdom nuggets that it was kind of hard to keep up with them. But there was one thing that stood out for me that, I've heard before, but, it was just the way she said it, and how she gave the kind of compared it to your ABCs, right? So what's in your dash? What are you putting in your dash? Now, because anytime if you've ever been to a graveyard and saw somebody's headstone, you saw the year they were born, and then a dash, and the year they died. Well, the dash is what counts, right? It's the time between your birth and your death that really, really counts. Because when you're born, you're blossoming into the world, right? But you have that time between the time you're born and the time you die to make a difference in the world. And a lot of times what happens is we don't really discover our purpose in life until later in life. And sometimes some people do, like right away. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly who they are. They know exactly what they were put here to do. But then there are the other of us who didn't discover that until way later, right? And so when you discover your purpose and discover why you were put here on this earth, are you going for it? Are you moving forward and helping people and leaving that legacy that you want to leave, or that thing that you want to leave, let the world know that you have, that you can help people with, or that you want to leave that legacy of giving without expectation. So what are you putting in your dash? Are you in control of what you put in your dash, or are you letting other people be in control of that? Are you letting fear be in control of your dash? Because I did that for a long time. I mean, I was afraid of a lot of things, what people thought of me, um, if the things that I didn't particularly care for that I did in my life, would they find out? Would they hate me for it? Would they love me for it? Probably not, but because I didn't like me for it. But the thing about it is that we can't live our lives based on what we did. I talked about that the other day, right? You can't keep living in your past and expect you to move on, right? So if you're letting someone else be in control of your dash, then when you die and people go to your funeral, what are they going to say about you? Probably not much, because you didn't put yourself out there. You didn't push past the fear. You didn't push past when, whether somebody liked you or not. Because that was one of my things. Is I was really concerned about whether somebody would like me or not, and so I would let people basically use me because I didn't want them to dislike me. That wasn't serving anybody, really. It wasn't serving me. It actually wasn't serving them, even though they thought it was at the time, because, sometimes, and I'm not calling anybody, well, actually, some people are narcissistic. They think it's all about them. They think the world revolves around them and everybody should say yes to them and blah, blah, blah. Well, if that's the case, that type of person is going to be a user. They're not going to ever want to give anything, but they're going to be a user. And I was thinking about that this morning about, there's a lot of people online now that are selling something. Everybody's selling something. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just that some people will bash someone else selling something when they're trying to do the exact same thing. Well, I'm going to bash how you do it because you're not doing it the way I'm doing it. Everybody can't do it the same way. I heard Mr. Buggs say that when he was studying and trying to get his financial life together, that he watched what the masses did and did exactly the opposite. So sometimes you can't fill up your dash with somebody else's actions. If you're selling something and everybody else is doing it this way, you might want to kind of look at that. It's like, maybe I can be unique. Maybe I can do it another way. Kind of like what he did with this company that we're with. The network marketing industry is typically, you have a product, you sell that product, and you get money for it, right? But with this company, we have a product, we give it away, people save money, we get paid. That's just how it works. So it's different than the traditional, it's different than the masses, but it still works. And so sometimes you have to kind of go against the grain so that you can solidify your legacy, fill up your dash, and see, at the end, how are people going to remember you? Are you giving to get, or are you giving because you just want to give? Because, the old saying goes that if you give, you will get. You may not even get from the person you're giving to, but you are going, because it's a law of nature, the law of reciprocity. You're going to give and you're going to get. That's just what it is. But sometimes when you feel like you're just giving, and nobody is giving back to you, then you have to re-examine why you were giving. I lost train of thought there. And so if your dash is filled up with giving to get, then you're not going to leave the type of legacy that you think you are. So, it's kind of like putting stuff off because you're scared, right? And because I talked to somebody the other day that said they were afraid of doing videos on Facebook. And I said, you know what? I was too. I was terrified. You know why? Because I was afraid of what people would think of me. I was afraid that people wouldn't accept my personality. I had to act like somebody else. I just I wondered who's going to listen to me. I don't know. Who's going to listen to me? I'm not an expert at anything. I don't have a college degree in psychology or anything like that I could throw out there to the world. I'm not famous. I'm not the most beautiful woman on the planet, right? So who was going to listen to me? And that's what I thought. So in that thought process, though, I attended a coaching class. And one of the coaches said, don't hold your story. Don't keep your story to yourself because you never know whose life you're going to touch. And that touched me. It got to me because I'm saying, they're right. Because I've heard other people's stories that touched me, that changed some stuff for me. So how can I be selfish enough to worry about what other people might think, those people who it doesn't affect, and hold it back from somebody who it might affect positively? And so that's what pushed me to go ahead and start doing it, because all I was doing was sharing the things that I was learning that were impacting my life, sharing the things that I have learned over my lifetime, because I'm 60 years old. So there had to be some lessons learned during that time, right? So I was sharing what I've learned in life and how I've either overcome it or how I'm overcoming it. Now, not everything that I talk about am I completely over, or I'm an expert at, or anything like that. That's not the case. But I can share what I'm learning so that somebody else might get some benefit from it. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to go outside of yourself to give to the world something that's in you, so that when your time on this earth is over, your dash is filled up with all those things you overcame, all those things you shared with people, all those people that you helped that you didn't even know you were helping. Because this live thing, I don't even measure how many people it reaches. I don't have any like codes or anything going on anywhere to say, well, it's reaching this many people. No, why? Because I'm putting it out there, and the people that actually need to hear it or want to hear it will hear it. That's my philosophy about it, because it's not designed for monetary gain. Yes, you're going to hear me talk about my business because I do have one. But this particular thing here is not for monetary gain. It's not for me to gain anything other than the satisfaction of knowing that perhaps something I said helped someone today. And if that's what you're doing, then you're filling your dash up with the things that are going to matter. It's not going to matter if you don't put it out there. If you don't just say, okay, I'm going to get over the fear. I'm going to get over worrying about what anybody thinks of me. And I'm just going to put it out there because somebody might need me. Think about that. Somebody might need you. Somebody might be out there waiting for what you have to say. You can't worry about whether or not you say it like somebody else. Yeah, because sometimes I look at other people's videos. Oh well, their videos are more professional than mine. Oh well, yeah. I still do that periodically, but then I get over it, and I said, you know what? It don't matter. Some more people might watch their videos because their videos are more, or have more clarity, or have more flashy lights, uh, or they have better clothes, or they have whatever it is. They might have better whatever in somebody else's opinion, but the person or the people that need to hear what I'm sharing are listening, even if it's one or two people. Is it going to hurt me to give 15, 20 minutes out of my life to help one or two people? No, it's not. If there were thousands of people listening to me, great. But I'm not that concerned about that. I'm concerned about whether or not what I do in my dash is going to leave a legacy of giving. And this is what people are going to remember me for. So when they speak at my funeral, hopefully somebody will be there, right? When they speak at my funeral, they can say, she made a difference in my life because she pushed past her fear of being judged and just told the story. You can do that. Now, if you're that person out there who's afraid to start doing videos, who's afraid to write your book, who's afraid to start a business, if you're out there and you're afraid to do something because you don't think anybody else will like it, put it out there anyway. It's your gift. It's your gift to give to the world. And somebody, I don't care if you write a book and you don't sell but 10 copies, guess what? That's 10 people's lives you changed. So put it out there, make it happen. Because if you keep it to yourself, guess what? Nobody will know you didn't. You have that gift to give. Gifts are made for giving. Did you know that? Yeah. So fill your dash up with those things that you want, that you feel that you can contribute to the world. And then at the end, people will remember you. And you won't know it, right? I like the, like Ms. Xavier said this morning, fill your life up and let them give you your flowers while you're alive. I would love to hear somebody say I made a difference in their life while I'm still living and I can hear it. Because when I'm dead, guess what? I won't be able to hear that. So put yourself out there now while you're still alive, and you may never experience somebody actually telling you that you made a difference in their lives, but it can happen. You never know. It's happened to me. Somebody actually sent me a message and told me that something I told them, it wasn't on a live even, it was just a private conversation, but something that I told them made a difference in their life. Can you imagine? And that just touched my heart so much because and on that day, I was feeling like I needed to just stop doing it. Yeah. I was feeling like I needed to just, this is just getting to be too much. I'm just going to stop. And, God probably just orchestrated that whole conversation. I'm pretty sure he did. Because this young man that I had spoken to like months before sent me a message. Says, Vivian, I want to thank you for something. And I said, what? What did I do? I had no idea what he was talking about. And he told me that something I told him The last time when we were talking about, I was trying to help him do some online stuff. And he said, what you told me to go with my passion instead of trying to go for the money, it worked. I started going for my passion and the money came. Voila. I got my flowers while I'm still here. And it could just be that one person. And it makes you feel so good, because I was so happy for him, because he was just blowing up, he was just doing all kinds of things. And it just made my day. And it made me think, okay, that's one. What if I just keep doing this and I make a difference in somebody else's life? Great. And so don't worry about whether it's one or two people. A lot of people are very concerned about how many likes they get, how many comments they get. And I would love comments. I would love likes. But that's not my concern, right? The concern is, who am I helping? And does it make a difference in their life, a positive difference in their life? So just do it. Do what you're thinking about, because you got something in that head of yours that you want to put out there, and you're just not putting it out there because you're scared. Don't be scared. As some of the kids say, don't be scared. Just put it out there, put it together, put it out there. It's yours. Okay? It's your talent, it's your vision, and you know why you're doing it. You're doing it to help somebody. I know you are. I can see it in your eyes. He's like, baby, you can't see my. Yes, I can. I can see your eyes. Trust me. So don't fill your dash with fear. Don't fill your dash with somebody else's opinions. Fill your dash with love. Fill your dash with giving. Fill your dash with just going for it. Because if you never try, you don't know that it won't work. You don't know. And yes, I'm staring right at you. I know you're thinking, God, is she looking at me? Yes, I'm looking at you. You right there. You don't know that it won't work until you try it. And you'll be surprised that it will, as long as you believe it will. You hear me? Okay. All right now. Okay. Make your choice to fill your dash with the things that you want to be remembered by. How do you want to be remembered? What legacy do you want to leave? And I don't mean money. Yes, sure, you want to leave money for your children as well, or your grandchildren, or your family, whoever that is. But I mean the legacy of you. Okay? Do it. Do it. I know, put that down. Do it now. Okay, guys. I also want to help people who are looking for something different than what they have now. Maybe more time freedom, maybe more financial freedom, maybe just to help them get a little bit more money than they have. Okay. So I'm inviting you to come this evening and listen to my presentation. And this is the information. I did put the link to the Zoom in the description of this video. And so I do this presentation every evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to come and listen and hear the information, you can make an informed decision. See, choices, everybody has choices. And so if you make the choice not to join, great, you've made a choice. If you make the choice to join, great, you've made a choice. But the choice is yours. I just share the information. Okay? All right. So, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Well, no, actually, not tomorrow. Hello. I almost forgot my own schedule. What's today? Thursday. I'll talk to you on Saturday. But in the meantime, I wish you peace. I wish you love. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.